You've read your essay for the 100th time. You drafted it, revised it, and drafted again. You ask yourself, is it finally done? Hi, I'm Gavriella Semaya, a senior consultant at mbaMission, and in 15 years as a writer and editor, I'm no stranger to the anxiety of wondering when an essay is complete. But I've also learned a thing or two about how to assess your progress and determine when an essay is fully baked. In this video, I'll share some tips for evaluating whether your essay is done or needs some more work. The first step in reviewing your essay may seem obvious, but it is easily overlooked. Make sure you've answered the question. It can be easy to miss the subtleties of an essay prompt, especially when it has multiple parts or an easy-to-miss preamble. Let's take a look at an example. Northwestern Kellogg's first essay question appears straightforward enough. Kellogg's purpose is to educate, equip, and inspire leaders who create value. Provide a recent example where you have demonstrated leadership and create value. What challenges did you face, and what did you learn? At first glance, the prompt appears to call for a leadership story. Easy enough, right? But that last line in the prompt, what challenges did you face and what did you learn, is critical. It changes the nature of the story you tell. You could tell a story about launching a new process or scoping a project, which certainly shows initiative. But Kellogg's Admissions Committee isn't just looking for initiative. They're looking for leaders who persevere, who are undaunted by obstacles and able to work through them. Notably, they are also looking for leaders who are self-aware and seek to learn from their setbacks. If you had just written about what you did to get your DEI task force off the ground, you would be missing key characteristics that Kellogg values. Let's say you've reworked your essay to expand upon the hurdles you encountered gaining buy-in for your process and what lessons you learned about change management in the process. Now you've checked all the boxes, but are you done? Not yet. In addition to ensuring you answered the question, it's important to think about what you were trying to convey to the admissions committee and whether you've done so effectively. You might have told a riveting leadership story and provided insight into your growth, but what does that tell the admissions committee about you? In our example, the candidate demonstrates his concern for diversity and appreciation of inclusion, and his willingness to risk disapproval for something he believes in. He also reveals his openness to differing points of view and adaptability. These are all traits valued by admissions committees. But depending on the language and tone of your essay, or the details you chose to share, the same story might convey a successful leader who wins by bulldozing others, and no one likes a bully. If you've answered the question and ensured your message is clear, you must be done, right? Almost. As you review your essay, put yourself in the shoes of an admissions officer who may or may not be familiar with the ins and outs of your industry. Would the admissions officer be able to discern why your initiative was valuable? Or would the officer be lost in jargon and industry-specific terms? You don't know the backgrounds of the admissions officers reviewing your essay, so make sure a layperson would understand you. Okay, you are finally satisfied that your essay answers the questions, delivers a clear and noteworthy message, and is easily understood by anyone outside your industry. The content is finalized, but there's still one more step. Finalizing the format. You put all this time and effort into crafting a compelling story. The last thing you want is for an admissions officer to be distracted by errant words or misplaced commas. As an editor, I know that even the most thorough reader can miss a detail, especially when you've read your essay so many times you almost know it by heart. So how do you ensure you don't miss minor errors? Your computer's spelling and grammar check is a good place to start, but a computer doesn't always understand context or creative flourishes. The best way to detect stray typos or unintentionally awkward phrasing? Read your essay out loud. It sounds silly, but reading out loud forces your brain to slow down, allowing you to focus on the details. And hearing your essay out loud can reveal things that seem to make sense on paper, but don't quite work as well as you thought. Of course, even the best copy editors make mistakes, and a single typo will never derail your candidacy. It's important to take the time to do your best to present as polished an essay as possible. At this point, you should be ready to submit your essay, but there is one more step. Double-check each application's formatting requirements. Many schools don't indicate any formatting preferences, but if a school does specify that essay should be in 12-point font and double-spaced, it's best to adhere. It's never a good idea to show the admissions committee you failed to follow simple instructions. If you followed these steps to ensure your content and format are on point, you can put your pencil down. It's tempting to continuously revisit an essay looking for the one synonym that might help you stand out. But at some point, your efforts produce diminishing returns. Even if you could have used a more creative word, it's unlikely that change would make a difference in how admissions committees perceive you. So take a deep breath and put your metaphorical pencil down. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to check out our channel for additional tips on essay writing, resume creation, and more. For more personalized advice, sign up for a free consultation with me or one of my outstanding colleagues at the link below. And don't forget to subscribe for more actionable MBA admissions insights.